to be positive, and at the same time to be careful, and at the same time you shouldn't leave the project for whoever that is looking after the project alone. You have to be involved, because if you are not involved, it means the person can do whatever he or she like. Yeah, so you have to be involved, then trying to make sure that day and day, whatever that is going on, you travel to different regions. Then I get opportunity to play in national teams. Then from there, I get opportunity. Then I travel to Europe. Life, anything that you are doing, you have to take breaks, because without it, you cannot succeed. Yeah, and so God has been so good to us. Yeah, and we have reached, at least not where we want it, but at least where we are is okay. No, the whole thing is, I will go for the land, and I will go for the other things before the worker comes in. As the person that is working for you, you have to treat the person as like how you are. In a way, for instance, 20, somebody will say, oh, still 20, I need one person. But in a way, at least 20 going, from maybe from 10, 15 going. If you get 2 people working in the farm, is quite better. And so you bring the farm manager to be more like assist. The reason being is, the person can start big. But starting in the big, in a way, you are now starting the project, and there's challenges that you'll be facing. Like manager or the workers call you, or maybe boss, we need this or this. You start not picking their calls and taking their. If you buy a matured one, even if your money can afford maybe one and good breed, then if you buy that one, then with the moment you can, within a month, you close that one. So instead of those 3 months one, you feed them for extra 3 months. That time, that one is getting ready to give birth. Do you get it? Bismarck. Yeah, Bismarck. And I was born in Kumasi, and I traveled to Accra, and now, let's say, well, we are just managing, and that's the whole.
Okay, so what inspired you to start pig farming?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, people used to say that, oh, maybe it was a passion and it was this, but mine was, let's say, it was a gift. Yeah, because I started when I was a little bit kid, because my granddad used to be a farmer. Yeah, so I started when I was a little bit kid. So from there, then I started to get more interested about farming. Yeah, so to the extent that I used my school fees to go and buy grass cutter.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how the farming system goes.
You use your school fee to start Grasscutter.
Yeah.
And Grasscutter and pig farm, how do you able to transfer your Grasscutter into pig farming?
Okay. What happened was, like, when I started the Grasscutter farming, I started it in a small scale, in like a backyard of our house. And when it was going on, then later on, I switched to football, because my professional became a football professional. And so I started traveling to different regions. Then I get opportunity to play in national teams and stuff. And so then I have to give the grass cutter to my mom, my parents, to look after it, which they couldn't. Then from there, I get opportunity. Then I travel to Europe. Yeah, and so that is how it happened. So when I went there, then because I like the farming, then I decided to come back and just come and start pig farming, because that is what I feel like I want to do. And yeah, that's the reason why now you can see that we are doing a pig farm.
Do you come to Ghana to start, or you start without coming back to Ghana?
Oh no, I started it without not coming to Ghana. Yeah, and so I sent someone to look for a land, and a colleague friend. Then we decided to go into pig farming. And so then when we get the land, then I started it. I let my mom, my family came and have a look at where the place is. Then we started it. Then at the end of the day, then we just, that is how you see it, what we are standing in right now.
So do you face any challenge?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was quite a lot of challenges, to be honest. And I have that mentality that even in life, you have to face challenges before you can survive or before you can be successful. And so the challenges was there. It was really tough.
If you can share something to us, where we can prepare that when you start, we can email face this challenge, so we can prepare
Yeah,
ourselves.
yeah. It was really, to be honest, it was really difficult because one, concerning who will be taking care of the project. That is one, and two, you don't know the breed that you're supposed to go in for to start the business, and so that's another one. And three, the person that you have to trust to look behind for you. That was another one, and so it was really difficult. So when I met my site manager, Victor, very good guy, that we take control of it, and at the same time, we're also trying to manage. And yeah, apart from that, yeah.
Okay, so you are talking about the breed. You don't know what breed that you need to start with. So what breed do we start with?
To be honest, it was really difficult for us to get the breed because for me, I didn't know the type of pigs. Yeah, and so I have to just go in for anyhow. Yeah, and so when it happened like that, it was really difficult for them to maybe give birth or whatever. Yeah, and so have to get a veterinary guy in place. Then we came in that, okay, you have to go in for large white, long range. Yeah, those are and Duroc. And that time, to be honest, because I was starting it, I don't want to start because I know that business you don't start big. You start it a little bit, then you grown up to be a big, yeah. And so I started with let's say like 5 female, then one male. Yeah, so that's how I started the project with. Yeah, so it was those ones that I started with. Yeah, as we go.
Okay. So the five female you bought and with one male.
Yeah.
How was that? Like you do the first charter you do.
Yeah, to be honest, when we bought, the whole thing is we started with a 10 pen. That's so we did like 7 by 10 feet square one. Then we did 10 by like 20 feet, one, the big one. So in total, we have 10 rooms for the 5 pigs. And so that's how we started with. So as they started giving birth, then they started increase, then we have to do another structure. Then we did the same structure that we did. So that's how we started it.
So since you don't have any idea of pig farming, do you scared of putting your money inside the pig farming?
Okay. Yeah, to be honest, that question is very important question. And when you are doing in life, anything that you are doing, you have to take risks because without it, you cannot succeed. Yeah, and so when I was coming in, I know one, I can lose my money. Two, I can gain the money back. And so it was mixed feeling. Yeah, it was mixed feeling. But at the end of the day, we try it and we succeed, and we are on it now. So,
Okay, so for how long for now?
yeah, for now I think almost, let's say, 2 years now, 2 to 3 years now when we started.
So your target, do you able to fulfill it for now?
Yeah, I will say yes, because let's say God has been so good to us, yeah, and we have reached at least not where we want it, but at least where we are is okay.
So we want to start pig farming. Do I need before I can start pig farm?
Well, to be honest, the first thing that I think you need is acquire for the land. Yeah, I think the land is the most important thing, the land. And second will be water. I would say water because they really need a lot of water because of the heat. Yeah, so they really need a lot of water. And then I think the third will be the structure will come. So when you get all those things, then you can bring the pigs into those. Yeah, so I think the first one is the land, the second one is water, the third one is the structure, the pen. Then the fourth one will be someone who will be managing affair. If, for instance, you are not in the system, maybe if you are in diaspora or something like that.
So you go for the worker first before you.
No, the whole thing is I will go for the land and I will go for the other things before the worker comes in. Because for instance, if the pigs are not in, there is no worker. What are you coming to do in?
Okay, so before you select worker, what do you check before you select a worker?
Yeah, it's quite difficult, but the whole idea was it's like before you select someone to work for you, in a way people will say, oh, there are people who are not good, there are people who are not, there's some are good, some are bad, but the whole thing is you as the person that is working for you, you have to treat the person as like how you are. In a way, for instance, if the worker is working for you and you don't look after the worker, for instance, well, maybe it's medication. Since the person will be taking his salary or his pay, it doesn't mean that maybe if the person medication in terms of sickness or maybe if he has issues, you say, oh, because you have your pay, you have your this, that's it. So if you're trying to do that, then you always have problem with the workers. But at least if upon their money that they will be taking, you still try to make sure that maybe some bonuses and stuff, they will get it. Then if they are working, they always give up all their hearts out and work for you.
How many workers that I need to get before I start?
Yeah, it depends on how many pigs are you starting the project with. And some people will say, oh, maybe I'm starting with 5, and so I need just one person. Maybe some people will say, maybe I'm starting with 20, and so I need still 20. Somebody will say, oh, still 20, I need one person. But in a way, at least 20 going from maybe from 10, 15 going. If you get 2 people working in the farm, is quite better because one, it make the pen or the farm more neat and more clean, so that even if you come in, even you can even stand in and even eat whilst even you are in. But for instance, if there is only one person working where maybe like 20 pigs or whatever, he or she cannot do all the works as to the standard that maybe you need. Then when you come around, you will not see the place neat and stuff. And so for me, I think if you have 2 people starting with maybe double figures from 10 going is good.
Okay, so where do you bring farm manager apart from worker? Where do you bring farm manager for
Yeah,
starting?
yeah. The farm manager comes in because of maybe you don't have more time to visit the farm all the time, and so you bring the farm manager to be more like assist in the way, and at the same time have a little bit knowledge about the project. Even if he doesn't have the knowledge, in a way you're trying to let her know more about whatever you're supposed to do around, and then from there you just pick up.
Okay, so right now we know the work. So what breed that you recommend for me to start with?
Yeah, to be honest, if you are starting the whole project for the first time, maybe you don't have enough capital. And as I said in the video, as I said earlier on, you have to start it small and grow it big. And so, for instance, I can advise you maybe start with maybe 3 female, 1 male, or maybe 4 female, 1 male, or at least you have to be 5. Maximum, you have to be 5, then 1 male. So total will be 6.
Okay, what about the breed?
Yeah, and the breed, I'll go in for large white, land range, and Duroc is good, but Duroc is too expensive for beginner. And so I would advise any beginner, maybe you have to wait for a while, start with those one, let the farm grow up, let the farm be on standard, then maybe from there you can decide to get Duroc into the system.
Okay, so like, why the person not supposed to start big? Because the person he thought like he have a capital to start everything big because it's in abroad and the money is there. Why you recommend the person not start big?
Yeah. The reason being is the person can start big. The person can start big, but starting in the big, in a way, you are now starting the project, and there's challenges that you'll be facing in life. No matter what situation, you have to face challenges. So there will be challenges that you will be facing. So, for instance, if you want to start big, and for instance, you start with maybe 20 pig or 30 pig, at the end of the day, you can get money to feed them, to look after them. But when they start giving birth, that is where the challenges comes in. Because, for instance, if you start with 20, and for instance, if if female give you 10 piglets,
That's 50.
you see how it comes in. And so the 20 times 10, and so
20 times 10.
yeah, so you see how from that time, yeah, you are going to feed all those kind of piglets. And so that is where the cost starts coming. And so, for instance, from first year to second year, you start putting money in without not getting any money back, any return. And so, if you don't have the passion or the interest about the farming or whatever, then you end up trying to just stop the job. Or maybe even if your site manager or the workers call you, or maybe boss, we need this or this, you start not picking their calls and taking their messages and stuff.
Okay, so why do we bought the animal inside? Doing I need medication.
Yeah, for sure. You need medication. To be honest, that's why I would advise even if it's a beginner, I would advise you to get a veterinary officer around. At least in a month, there should be a veterinary officer around the farm to have a look, to check, even if there is a case or not a case. The veterinary man have to come in to check.
Okay, the veterinary officer, the charge is expensive.
It's expensive, but in anything that you do, if you want a quality stuff, you have to just sacrifice and do it. And so that one, if it's expensive or whatever, you can have a chat with whoever is in veterinary person, and you will understand that you are now beginning. And so maybe you just make the cost a little bit that you can afford, or maybe you guys can go to terms, or maybe, okay, maybe I cannot pay you every month, but I can pay you maybe 4 months or 5 months later, then I'll pay you those.
Okay. Yeah. So what about that in terms of the food?
Yeah, the food is good. I think they have a lot of different type of food. And for instance, if you are doing in terms of business wide, then you need to get a good feed for them, so that at least from 5 months to 6 months, 7 months, they are ready for market.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one you have to go in for proper feeding that can last them, or that can give them all the nutrition that they need to just pick up.
Okay. So what the food they eat?
Yeah, as we it depends on the stages, but we have the most common one is the cornmeal, wheat brown, rice meal, and soya, fish, uh, peanuts, and shell, and you salt. Yeah, and like a few. Then at least sometimes you add a few concentrates. to 8. It depends. That's why I say it depends, because the concentrate comes in when they are from the winners, when they are grower stage, from let's say 4 months going. Then you add concentrate to their feed to just build up their muscles there.
Okay, that means that you missed or what that time you
Yeah, all those feed that I mentioned, you mix everything together.
Okay, so that means that there's a formula that
It's a formula that you have to just apply on that.
Okay, so you are talking about water. The beginning you are talking about water. Why the water is very good for them?
Yeah, the reason is because it's like the water is good. The reason is when they have enough good water to drink, it make them grow nice as well. Because the moment they don't have water to drink, you see them not growing like how you want them to be, even though they will be eating good food. But the water is the most important as well. So you give them clean water, then you see them that they'll.
Okay, so if I buy 3 months old, how long it will take before I can cross? And before I cross, what sign that I will see before I can cross them?
Yeah, for me, most of the time I will advise people to just go in for like a matured one. Because for instance, if you buy 3 months old one, you get it a little bit cheaper, but you have to feed the same pig for maybe 3 to 4 months for the pig to become like 6 months, or maybe for the pig to get maybe 70 or 75 kilo before you can cross the pig. But for instance, if you buy a matured one, even if your money can afford maybe one and good breed, then if you buy that one, then with the moment you can, within a month, you cross that one. So instead of those 3 months one, you feed them for extra 3 months. That time, that one is getting ready to give birth. Do you get it?
Okay.
Yeah. And so for me, I always go in to buy from 75 kilo or from 6 months going. Yeah. And you ask, what is the sign that you see before you can see that, oh, this is ready for crossing? Yeah. When they are there, when they used to come heat, most of the time livestock animals used to come heat. And so when they are on heat, you see their vulva become reddish. Then you can see that it's on heat. And so when you give it to, the moment you see on heat and it's ready for crossing, then you move her to the male pen. Then you give to the male in, then you see that the crossing will just go through.
Okay, so you say they will come eat. So how long it take before they come on eat? And if they eat, go eat. What? How many days that, or how many weeks that it will come back again?
Yeah, I think it's 21 days. Yeah, every 21 days in a month. Yeah, they come on heat. I think so. I think if my calculation is right, 21 days. Yeah, and when they are on heat, I think roughly by 3 to 4 days.
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. The heat have to just go. Yeah.
So if you're able to, you see them like the first day, you can decide to cross them the next day.
Yes. Yeah. So if you see the first day, you can cross the next day or the third day. But most people, most the time, they always advise us to go in for the third day. Yeah, that's what they always say. The third day is most where the eggs is really active. Yeah.
Okay. So do you give them medication before you cross them?
Yeah, we do. We do give medication before we cross them. So the most common medication that we normally give before crossing is dewormer, antibiotic, and vitamin. Those are the most ones. And so when you give that one, then they are ready to go for crossing.
Okay. Yeah. So they are, after crossing, do you give them medication?
Yeah, after crossing, we don't give, but unless maybe you see some few challenges, then, because most of the time they will say, oh, you cannot give medication if the animal is pregnant. But sometimes some vets can advise, if they see the situation of the animal, they used to give some medication to support.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you take how long before you give birth?
Yeah, when for the moment you see that the crossing has go through, I think that is where it started counting. Yeah, and so for instance, I think it's 114 days, and so in a month it's going to be 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how it.
Today, my pig can give birth today. So I should be in the farm, or the pig can do everything itself.
Okay, the most important thing is you have to be there. You have to be there when you know that your pig will be giving birth today. Or the reason is, for instance, when they are giving birth, they used to go through a lot of stress, and so when they give birth, for instance, they don't have time to look after whatever baby that they have. And so sometimes they can just trying to tend their self, and you see that they will be lying on their piglets. And so if there is someone around, the moment the pig give birth, the person will take the piglet, clean the piglet, then put the piglet at the right position where it's supposed to be. Yeah, so sometimes if you are not there, you can just come around and you see the pig are giving birth and there has been an accident, and yeah, lie on them and just sleeping on them.
The way you're saying that, then you have good mother and you have bad mothers.
For sure, for sure, we have good mother. We have some pigs that, from let's be honest, in this farm, Zion Farm, we haven't met that situation whereby we are not there. Whilst the pig have given birth, where we come, then we see that the pig have lie on them, or no. Even if we are not there, by the time you come, the piglets will still be around.
And then they need to buy farm for they need to buy animal from
Yeah,
buy animal
so
from some place that
yeah. So our pig has not lie on his bed like giving birth. No. When they give birth, even if you are not there, by the time you come and meet all of them alive, and yeah.
okay, so you give birth today. I need apply medication, and what medication that I need to apply?
Yeah, when they give birth today, to be honest, we don't apply medication on the piglet, and we normally apply the medication on the mother, because sometimes they go through a lot and there is a sore maybe in their tummy or their womb, and so we always give them antibiotic, so that at least that one will cure. Because sometimes when they give birth and they have that sore, they don't feel like they will give the piglets, their babies, milk to drink.
So that's what did that?
No, even the first day that you give birth, straight away you can give that medication, antibiotic. Yeah. So
What about the babies?
yeah, the babies, they start giving them iron injection when they are 3 days old.
Okay, what about the teeth?
Yeah, the teeth also the teeth also can also be cutting even the day that they have been born. You can just cut their teeth on that day.
Wow.
Yeah,
I wanna
yeah,
apply them.
yeah. No, the day that they were born, you can cut it, or you can wait when it's 3 days, when you are coming to give the iron the injection. Then you do everything together.
So if you not cut, if I refuse to cut the teeth, what will happen?
Well, nothing will happen, but the point is, when it happens like that, sometimes their mothers doesn't allow them to have a lot of time to drink.
Okay.
Yeah, because when they are drinking, they will be biting the teeth, the breast, the nipples, and so that's and so it's good for you to cut it. So when you cut it, they can drink for a long time without the mother not stopping them. But if you don't cut it, sometimes when they come to their mother, the mother trying to suck them out. Or,
Okay. So after 3 days, when do you need to apply any medication?
yeah, I think after 3 days, then after that medication, then after a while, then maybe if you see that some is not having, or maybe if you see any other things that you see, then that's why I say you have to have veterinary around that comes around to see or to check.
Okay, somebody called me and asked like, fine, they give birth.
Yeah.
The third day they get fine. He gave 12 babies,
Okay.
and the next day one die,
Okay.
and the following day to one die. What
Okay.
can cause that?
It's a lot because, for instance, maybe if it's not like the mother lying on them, if not that, then maybe sometimes inbreeding, because some farmers trying to practice inbreeding, but inbreeding is not good. And so, if for instance the same family or the same siblings crossing each other, then that is where the inbreeding comes in. They can give birth all right, but at the end of the day, you see them that the babies are not strong, and they will start dying one by one. Yeah, and so that one can cause that one.
So the inbreeding, apart from that, what again can cause?
Yeah, apart from that, it depends if those ones cannot get chance to drink the milk, because maybe they are not strong like the other ones. So when it's time for them to drink the milk from their mother's nipples, they struggle with each other.
So that one, because I asked me the way I said it, I asked me that if they cut the teeth, they said no.
Okay.
So I think that they take they cut the teeth, and for now I don't, you know, coming from that somebody has that. I don't know if it's because of the teeth.
Teeth, yeah. So it means that maybe when they are sucking, maybe they are biting the nipple. So when they come around, the mother will just trying to push them out.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's how some mothers. That's how they. If they are not good mother, they can't do that. Yeah.
Okay. So what about after? You say, so when do you take them from the mother?
Yeah. And so when they are when they give birth, for instance, when they give birth, within 2 months, for me, we normal practice 2 months.
Okay.
So when they are 2 months with their mother, then we separate them from their mom.
So that is called
Weaners. Yeah, weaners.
Winners. Okay.
Yeah. So we take them from their mom. Then we started giving them weaners food.
Okay.
Yeah, a special food for them.
Okay. So before you do apply medication.
Yeah, when we wean them from them, we try to give them how do you call it, vitamin. Yeah, so that to boost their system, so that they can eat more.
Okay.
Yeah, because they are not with their mom now, so they have to eat on their own. Yeah, so that's how
Okay. So after weaning them, that one they can eat everything.
they can eat. They cannot eat everything. They have special food that you have to do for them. So maybe 4 months. Then from 4 months, you do another special feed for them to just get to the others from 6 months going where they are ready for.
But once they are in the mother, they eat what the mother is eating.
They're trying to start picking from it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where they start learning. They start picking from it bit by bit. Yeah, and so for instance, when they started picking from bit by bit, so when you take them out, or if you take the mother out, then they will start eating because they started learning whilst they are with their mom.
Okay. What about situation whereby you give birth and the mother die? Can you give the baby to the different mother?
It's quite difficult, that one, because some mother will not accept it, because the moment they give birth, they know they know the smell of their babies and stuff. And so, for instance, if there are like 3 mothers that give birth the same day, that one is different. Or maybe you put all of them in one pen, then they mix. That one they cannot identify here each mother. So everybody just freedom. Yeah, that's how it.
Okay. So what about where you need to apply record keeping?
Yeah, the record keeping from day one. From day one, you have to start keeping your record keeping. It's very, very important.
So can you break it down? When I use like record keeping, what's the meaning?
Yeah,
of record keeping?
I think the record keeping, we have a lot of departments. Yeah, because the veterinary side have its own, which you have to keep it. The site manager have to make sure that the pigs, every pigs in have the data is record keeping, where the medication time, where the is supposed to go on give birth, where they're supposed to when supposed to do this. It's so the record keeping is like you have to be on intact, or otherwise in another way. For instance, where inbreeding cannot come in, because if you don't keep it, you cannot oh, maybe mother A, mother piglet or babies is the same as mother this or father this or that. Do you get it? So that at least you can identify the different size of.
Okay, so if you want the ebook of if I'm record keeping, you can WhatsApp me so I can send the copy to you so I can just help you to keep your record.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you sell your product?
Yeah, we do try our best, and the whole thing is if you provide a good meat or a good pigs, the market sometimes even one person can just come in, buy whatever you need, then see the quality or the quality of the farm or the pigs that you have in the farm, then even the person can just put your name out there, telling people all over. Yeah, so the marketing side is quite. So the most important is if you are doing it, you do it properly, not fatty meat. No, just put in the right feed, put in the right resource that you need, so that you also get a good meat.
Okay. Do you have camera around?
Oh yeah, we do have camera around. We do have camera around. We have CCTV camera all over the place. We have some in the pens, and we have some all over the land as well.
Okay, so the price that you sell your animal.
Oh, the price. Yeah, that's why I said the quality also counts. And so as now, I think it's 35 cedi per a kilo in the market. Yeah, that's how us now that we sell all now. Before it was 30 cedi a kilo, but now it's from 35, 36 going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once somebody wants to start and the person wants a winners, do you sell winners to in the price?
Yeah, we do. We sell winners, but not in a kilo form. And we have, and if someone wants to go, you need a breeding stock. We have a breeding stock, proper good breeding stock around that. People come all over from far places to come in.
So the price is all like that.
Yeah, the breeding stock is different when you come. When we show you, these are the type of breedings that we have. That if you have it in your farm, you not regret it. Then we give you price, and if you can afford it, then you take it.
Okay, so your advice for somebody in abroad who want to start pig farm in Ghana or in Africa?
The advice is to be positive, and at the same time to be careful, and at the same time you shouldn't leave the project for whoever that is looking after the project alone. You have to be involved, because if you are not involved, it means the person can do whatever he or she like. Yeah, so you have to be involved, then trying to make sure that day and day, whatever that is going on, you are aware. And for instance, if they send you a video, or even if you have CCTV camera all over, still try to request for videos. Yeah. Still request for videos. And if the videos to come, not just a video like that, try to make sure that the video, you have to be more vigilant. Have a look properly, watch all over things that you don't understand. Try to get them on board. Let them explain it to you. Why this? Why this?
Okay. Is it profitable, the business?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It is. It's intensive, and at the same time, yeah. So you put in whatever input that you put, that's the output that you get it back.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Okay, so your advice for some young person in Ghana and you want to come to join you in abroad, and you decide you don't know if you should start farming or to come to abroad.
Well, my advice is just simple, to be honest. If you have something better doing in Ghana, I would advise you to stay and do it properly. But if you are struggling and you have opportunity to travel somewhere, then it's better for you to go there and go and struggle there and come back.
and come back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no stay there.
No, at least, yeah, when you go there, you struggle, then you get whatever, at least you think is better.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your telephone number and your location, in case somebody wants to contact you.
Yeah, my telephone number and location. Yeah, the location is Gumad Rampon. Yeah, I think if you get to Swedro, from Swedro to Gumad Rampon, just like 25 or 30 minutes drive. It's not far from that side, and so there is a few the telephone number, because of I have to give my site manager telephone number. Yeah, that one, that I think that one is. Can I
Or you can just,
yeah, yeah, or I can message the number to you.
no, you watch him. Yes.
Okay, let me go in.
I
Yeah,
don't put number on screen.
screen. Okay,
No, maybe you can change it so
okay,
can.
okay.
Yes.
So let me give you yeah, and so the telephone number is 054 59 08 162. That's 054 59 08 162. And the second one is the second one is 020 43 55 316. 020 43 55 316. That's the
Okay.
second one.
Thank you for watching. Like the video, share and subscribe. Subscribe.